including data center upgrades and wireless network security. Dr. Dhatna holds a PhD in Information Technology from Monad University, India, and has earned numerous professional certifications, including Microsoft Certified Educator, CCNA, AWS Cloud Foundation Certified, and AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. He has also published extensively in various international journals and conferences, with research focusing on machine learning, cybersecurity, and the Internet of Things. Throughout his career, Dr. Ratna has demonstrated a strong commitment to the student success, having developed and delivered innovative courses and curriculum. His dedication to education extends beyond the classroom, as he has also played different roles. We are truly fortunate to have Dr. Dattana with us today, and we look forward to the valuable insights and knowledge he will share throughout this program. Please join me in welcome Dr. Vishal Dattana. Thank you, sir.
So you can take over the session, sir. So thank you very much. Hello, sir. You are not audible, sir. So can you switch on the audio or unmute the audio, sir? Vishal, sir, you are not audible.
Hello, am I audible?
Sir, now
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes, sir. Now you are
Yes,
audible.
sir, audible.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
The presentation? Are you able to see my presentation?
Desktop is visible, sir.
No, sir.
Can you see my presentation?
No, no, sir. No, we are unable to see.
Are you able to see the screen sharing? The screen which I'm shared?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me stop and do again. Let me stop sharing. Are you able to see now?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so thank you so much for the for inviting me and giving me the chance to participate in the FDP program, and I'm happy to share my knowledge here with the esteemed people present here and all the members. So today we are going to have a discussion on generative AI models and applications. As all of you are aware that AI is now the latest or the hottest topic this time of this era, you can say, and we have a lot of things which is discussing on the AIs. Uh, all the processes are being now helped with the help of AI. So I'm going to have a discussion on like how the generative models, AI models works, and how they are applicable for the different kind of fields in terms of education or different fields where we can use these generative models, and how it is going to take the things in the future. So how we are going to take them. And there is a very good amount of debate which happens between like, is AI is good or AI is not good? Are we allowed to use this or are we are not allowed to use it? So there is a lot of discussion. So we will have a ethical consideration of the same as well. So we are going to have a discussion on those things as well. So let's move to the introduction of generative AI models. So when we talk about generative.
Sir, your screen is not properly visible, sir. Is it possible to maximize the screen, sir?
Okay. Is it fine now?
No, sir. No, sir.
One second. Is it fine now?
No, sir. No, sir.
We shared are not your presentation. We are seeing your desktop.
Okay, one second. Let me try again with. Okay, is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Now it is okay, sir.
Okay. So let me continue with it. So I just started with the discussion of the AI field. Now, when we talk about the introduction to the generative AI models, so the question arises here is what is generative AI models? Uh, it's the AI system which is designed to create like new contents such as text, music, videos, and whatever you want them to do that, whatever you want them to generate for you. As a human, we are very creative, and it's the AI response depends on what or the which way we are going to ask them the questions. For example, if you're typing something to a AI model, like for example, let's take example of Chat GPT. So when we speak to Chat GPT, we want them to consider certain aspects. Like for example, I wanted to reply to emails frequently using the AI tool. So I wanted help from AI or Chat GPT to reply to my emails, communications. So what happens here, like whenever I give them the content, that this is the content and I want to give the reply for them, now it gives me a reply based on what can be the perfect reply for that, based on the information which I provided. But if I tell AI, or if I tell the Chat GPT to give my details, so if I log in, or if I add my details to them, if I give them the details that these all are the things which is being available for the Chat GPT to, like, understand that these are my details, this is my designation. So I have given like my name, my role, my designation inside the Chat GPT itself. So what it does, it writes the email based on my designation. So being on that position, what can be my answer? It should not be like, the same as, and you can try that. If you try to put your details on the Chat GPT itself, it will generate those things based on the, the things which is this. So these models, how these model works, so these model are trained on the large data set, what is being given to them as a training, and then it will started to generate realistic content, and that mimics the distribution of data they are trained on. So there is two type of processes we use. Neural networks, the core of most generative model is deep neural networks, which consist of layer that proceed data hierarchically. So this is the basic of it. And then the training process, the most important part is the training process. So these models are trained on the massive data sets. Huge data sets are being given to them, and they are being required or to generate the responses based on the data set provided. So if you remember, like when these Chat GPT and AI models were launched initially, they were restricted to the only the knowledge which is being available with those models and in the data sets itself. So if you ask them anything, they will answer you whatever you ask them. But if you ask them what is the news for today, so they were not able to generate the answers for you. But now they are linked with the web platform, so that those training has been completed, that they are being trained to work on the dataset which is being given and the latest web technology. And that's how mixing both of them makes them more valuable and giving more accurate informations to us. So for example, training a language model involves learning words, patterns, sentence structure, and contextual relationships. So this is the just a basic introduction of what is the generative AI models. And the type of generative AI model is transformer based models and generative adversarial networks. So we have the first one, which is the most popular one, the Chat GPT or GPT, that is generative penetrated transformer. So the transformer based model, it focuses on the sequential data, especially used for the language generation. So whatever we write or whatever we say, they will give the response based on the text which is being given to them. So they can predict the text, word, or sentence based on the given prompt. And that's how they give us the replies. So application, chatbots, summarization, text completion, and content generation. So we see now these kind of things are available in our email systems as well. So whenever we are writing in even our Word, Excel, or PowerPoint itself, so whenever we type something, it gives us the predictive. And maybe you can see that it in your chats when you're using your WhatsApp or you're using any kind of application, social media. When you're typing something, it gives you the next thing which may come. So it comes in the emails, it comes in the chat. So those all are the possibilities, or those are the features which is being available with the transformer based models. Then we have the second one is, which is generative based models. So generative adversarial networks, these all are, these consist of two competing neural networks, the generator and the discriminator. So the generator creates new data, which is like we have the model, which is available in the pro versions of those applications, which can create the new data or images, while the discriminator evaluate the generated data's authenticity. So these are the two models which is being used. So one generates and second one is the checking the authenticity of those things. These are the examples. StyleGen or CycleGen are the examples, and the applications are art creation, deep fakes, video generation, and image synthesis. So these are the type of generative AI models. Then we have diffusion model. The focus of these models are generate images by iteratively removing noise from a random input until it forms a recognizable image. So sometimes we ask the AI to generate for us certain kind of some kind of hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible. You can go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So it forms a recognizable image, and the example are the stable diffusion, del E are the examples of this diffusion model. So these diffusion models can be developed like this del E, or if you heard about this del E. So it is a open AI. The model generates highly realistic images from the textual description. So if we give them the description, they will give us the different type of the images which is being there for us to understand. So these are there, and there is multiple diffusion. There is stable diffusion. So it is created by the stability AI, and it produced kind of detailed images. So for example, you wanted to generate some kind of model, for example, educational model. We talk about recently we are working on one of the research where we are talking about the kind of accessibility we can provide to the blind students. In that case, we are trying to generate one kind of model, and we are trying to find out, we are not able to find certain kind of the models which can be generated. So in that case, we can use the, like, we already have the idea, we already have the all those kind of thinking that what can be the model or how it will going to work. So when it has to be created in a pictorial form, so we can provide the data to them and they can generate these kind of examples for us, or those kind of images for us. Then we have variational annotate auto encoders, which is another type of generative model. So these works by encoding input data into a compressed form and then decoding it back to generate new instances that resembles the input data. So those are being used for music composition and image compression and data augmentation. So mainly this is being used in the image compressions kind of models for our AI models. So this is all the different type of thing, the models. Now coming to the applications of generative AI. So if you talk about the applications of generative AI, it is used for content creation, and if I take example of where it can be used, so first let me have a discussion on the content creation part. Then I will start going to the education field or creative industry, and already I have mentioned the healthcare here itself. So the text which is AI used to generate article, blogs, and even creative writing pieces. Generative AI tools like ChatGPT and Jasper AI or Gemini or any, you can say the name, you can give the name, assist writer in brainstorming or producing full length contents. And it can also use to generate scripts, automatically edit videos, or even create realistic animation, streamlining video production process. So these all are the content creation can be done from the generative AI models. Um, Image and video generation, if we talk about the digital art is like, as I mentioned, Dell E was one of the digital creator or example of the diffusion model, which creates or which generates the realistic image from the textual descriptions. So that is how generative models like DALL-E and Midjourney are capable of producing detailed artwork based on the textual descriptions. And they can, they can generate photorealistic images. So that is the main part of these images, which does not look like for example, if you want to have your picture, for example, you wanted to have your profile picture or something, and you wanted, like, I want my picture to be sitting on a mountain, or you wanted to create a cartoon image of yourself like on a mountain. If you provide them your picture, they can generate your face with that place, like you will be placed on, or you will be sitting on a mountain, having a cup of coffee in your hand. So that can be generated from these kind of artworks and these kind of digital arts. Gaming design in CGI, AI can generate realistic graphics for video games, virtual environments, or CGI in movies. So these kind of uh, the the generations of AI, like now maybe you have seen some trends that you can have a picture, or you can have a video of yourself meeting the celebrity. So you can have a celebrity next to you. You can place the picture of celebrity next to you, and it will show you, or the AI can generate a hug between you and him, that he is greeting you, or the celebrity is meeting you and shaking hand with you. So those all are the things which is being possible with the help of the generative AI and the applications. So coming to the healthcare, now the healthcare is having something very positive, that the AI models are used to predict protein structure. uh, it can generate new drug candidates. It can synthetic medical images for training diagnostic models. So what we can do is, uh, the medical imagining process, which is being there, like there is a lack of those kind of images, which is being not available for the learners to understand that what kind of things are there, what kind of these parts or these kind of models are there. So these can be generated from the AI. So AI can also assist in generating synthetic medical images for training or enhancing diagnostic tools. Then we can have a patient data, like for example, we can add the details of health of a particular patient, and AI can create a personalized treatment plans based on the data which is being provided by the patient. So usually, yes, if you ask something to the AI about your medical or health condition, so usually if you have seen the response from the AI, the response comes from the AI is like, if you ask about, like, is eating a sugar or a raw sugar is good for you or it's not good for you. So if you ask that, they will mention you the data which is being available from the internet, that these kind of datas or these kind of foods are okay for you to eat, which consist of these sugars, and consuming raw sugar or the white sugar is maybe dangerous if you take more than a recommended quantity. So they will mention the quantity for you, that this is the quantity which is being suggested by the people, and they will take the reference of the the website or the health organization or WHO website, and they can mention those things. And then they will write that if you face some kind of issues or some kind of symptoms, dizziness or some other kind of urinal problems or certain kind of things, so they will ask you or they will suggest you to contact with your doctor for these kind of things. Then we come to the next applications. If I want to generate the code, so we have the GitHub Copilot and Tabin help developers by suggesting code snippets, auto completing the code, even debugging. So when you're writing the code, so now these kind of models can perform the suggested code. Like if you have worked on these kind of models, so whenever you're writing a code, it will give you the suggestions that this can be the code, and it will help you in the debugging as well. Then if we talk about the creative industries, so we can use the AI for art and design. So AI generated art and design can be used as a creative productivity. Music composition, which is like composing music and processing the audios. So maybe you can see a more interactive part, like maybe just recently the Apple iOS has integrated ChatGPT with their Siri. So in Apple iPhone, the Siri is now uh, integrated with the ChatGPT. So whatever the questions you asked the Siri, before it was having some kind of restrictions, before there was some kind of uh, things which is like not answerable by the Siri in the Apple iPhones or the Apple products. But now what they have done is they integrated this Siri, the voice assistant like our Alexa or other Google uh, kind of things. So it is being linked with the Chat GPT. Why or what is the reason for linking it with the Chat GPT? So they want, if any of their customer, if any of their customer wants to contact or wants to get any kind of information, so your AI or your device will reply to them with a positive response. It will not deny them, sorry, I cannot answer you. So these kind of things are being there for the creative industries, which is we are talking about the customer personalization. I'm going to the customer personalization as well. So content creation, we already discussed about it. Business and marketings also are having the kind of the virtual assistants, like we discussed about the chatbots in an example. So now if you see, a lot of organizations are having a chatbot on their websites. So it can answer the normal questions before you will meet to the final uh, executive. Yes, still these things are in the process of getting the last version of like the highest priority of the information, or the like people are not choosing to get their problem solved by AI, and they choose to go to the customer care executive after having a chat with the AI, because AI can give you only the things which is being available from the data, which is being the data set which is being fed to them. So if you ask them what is the problem with my bill, yes, they can analyze your bills. Or like if you're talking to a chatbot of any telecom company or electricity company or water company, so they can generate or they can tell you that after analyzing your bills, we can say like these are the things which is happening. But if you want some kind of help from them beyond a certain level, they will recommend you to go with the customer care executive. But yes, we can use AI for marketing. We can also use the campaigns for the marketing, like targeted marketing, content and strategies. So we will be doing those kind of things. Then we have the customer personalization. So if you see here, AI-driven recommendations like companies like at Netflix, Amazon, and Spotify use AI to analyze the user behavior and personalize recommendation for movies, products, and music. So maybe you have observed like these kind of applications, Netflix, Amazon, and Spotify. They have a feature of like, and they have a feature called love it. So if you see that, and there is an option of not for me. So that means when you go for those movies, let's say you watch one movie, after when the movie finishes, there is an option like you like it, you love it, and not for me. So if you like it, means that means it will give you the similar recommendation in the future. If you love it, that means they keep their or keep your recommendation, and they will show you those things, and then they will show you the options that we hope you will love it. So those kind of options will be coming to you. Then we come to the education and training. The education and training is also one of the field where we have uh, the virtual tutors. AI can assist in tutoring, providing personalized learning experiences. Simulations, VR and AI-driven simulations provide a realistic training environment for industries like healthcare, aviation, and military trainings. Also, the latest LMS, because as it was introduced by Miss, that I work on the Moodle platform, which is a learning management system. So I'm more related to how we can use the AI for our LMS things. So when we are using the LMS, now the LMS has the latest version, which is Moodle 4.5, and it has AI subsystems. So it has integration with the AI providers, which are like Open AI and Azure. So those are the content, or those are the applications which is being integrated with uh, Moodle LMS. Then it can help in content generation. So AI can generate text and images within the Moodle editors, and we can create more efficient way or the Moodle course content in efficient way, so that it will be good for us, or it is easy for the teachers to create those kind of contents. Then there is some feature which can be used in Moodle as well as the emails. Like, for example, you receive a very long email from someone, like saying that these are the things which you need to do, like a very long email from the people. Uh, and you are not able to understand like what is the expected outcome or expected things from you, from you to answer on that email. The similar kind of things happens with our student also, like when we are having the course content available on the Moodle, and students are not willing, or they may be lazy to go through the whole contents. So what they want is they want something called summarization. So the AI tools can summarize course contents, helping both instructors as well as students to understand that what is the summary of this particular course material, so that they will be understanding like what is expected from them. Similarly, those summarization can be used or utilized for the email summarization and similar kind of things will be used for the summarizing the research articles, maybe that is being also used by the already, maybe people are using it, but it can be used as well. So also it can help in personalized learning. So we can have like different adaptive learning paths, which is they will analyze the learner behavior and preferences to recommend the customized learning paths for the student. Then we can also use the AI to create intelligent assessments. Like you wanted to create the course content, or let's say course plan for a particular lecture. So you can help, or you can take the help from AI to create those kind of lecture plans. You can also create some kind of activities which can be performed in the class, creative activities, and also it can help you to create the assessments and do the grading as well. So it can help you to, or it can help. Hello. So it can help the people, or it can help the teachers to give, a kind of feedback to the students immediately, very fast. So it can help us in the education field. Then there is certain things which is being available already in Moodle, but this is not that much effective. For example, identifying the student of dropping the course, or identifying the student from you can like based on the student interaction on the Moodle or utilization of the Moodle for those hours. So we can identify that these courses are at risk of not passing the course because they are not interacting with the system, or they are not active in the system. They are not reading from the systems. They are not logging on to the systems itself. So those kind of uh, support or analytics can be provided by the AI things, so that we can understand that these are the things which is being there. So it can also use the predictive analysis, that it can analyze data to predict student performance and identify those may need additional support as well. So these are the things which is about the like LMS things, which is it is using OpenAI and Azure AI. And if we will go more into the uh, AI part with the Moodle platforms. So it is going to change the whole way of interaction, or whole way of understanding the concepts itself. It helped us a lot. Okay, so now moving to the ethical consideration. When we talk about the ethical consideration, now this is a very important and debatable question or a task, that what is the ethical consideration of AI? Is it okay to use AI, or is it not okay to use AI? Now, the deep fake. Have you heard about the things called deep fake technology?
No, sir. No, sir. We are at the basic level.
Okay. So if you talk about the deep fake is something, the technology and AI generated. So what it does is, these are the synthetic media created using AI, typically involving images, video, or audio that depicts event or people that do not exist in the reality. So deepfakes can be created for TV shows. We can realistic visual effects in movies or TV shows, such as de-aging actors or brightening historical features to life. uh, we can do it in education field, like creating realistic simulation for training purpose, such as medical training or language learning. Marketing, generating personalized advertisement and promotional contents. So it is very challenging part of deepfakes, because these can be used to separate false information, or create fake news, or create misleading contents. So this is the reason that deepfakes are very risky. Unauthorized use of individual likeness in deepfakes content can lead to privacy breaches and reputational damage. It is also the deepfakes are being used for the frauds which can happen. So deepfakes can be used for identity theft or financial fraud by mimicking someone's voice or appearance. So this is, if you give the deepfakes technology a particular person picture, so it can generate video for that same picture, it can generate certain kind of fake information can be created from that particular image itself, and it can copy the sound or voice as well. So that is where the risk is there for the deep fakes. uh, Now, like as we talk about the deep fakes, so what is the preventive measure for this, like what we have to do for preventing from this as well, because we are not sure that what kind of defects things can do. Like the first of all, the first information is the education is very important. Like we don't know what to use and how to use, such as we have a lot of technologies, available with us. Let me give you an example. Maybe you heard about NFC. NFC is a technology where you can pay your bills, you can pay your using like card, like instead of card you can use your mobile phone or your smartwatches as a payment method. So you just need not to carry your credit card or debit cards, and you can just use NFC technology for those kind of payment gateways. Now, when you enable this, it comes with certain kind of responsibility from the users who uses it, because there is no rules which is implemented in the NFC technology that if you use your card, the banks has enabled that. Let's talk about the Indian currency, that you can use the card for maximum amount of 2000. So if you use your card and if your transaction is more than 2000, so you need to enter the pin for that card, and then only the payment will be authorized and it will be accessible. In NFC technology, there is no such limit. So if you use NFC technology, if you pay 50,000 or 1 lakh or 10 lakh or 50 lakh, it does not even ask for one time password, or it will not ask for OTP or any kind of things. It will process the payment seamlessly without any kind of approvals. But the things are being implemented by those companies in the card. So if you use their card, it is not having the authority to pay more than that. But if you use these kind of NFC like Apple Pay or different kind of technologies, Samsung Pay or Apple Pay, so if you use those, it does not ask for any kind of things. So this is the basic things which is we should understand before enabling those kind of Apple Pay methods or Samsung Pay methods or these kind of payment methods, because it may take all what you have, and that is where the knowledge is very important. If we don't have the knowledge of these things, it's going to be a very dangerous things for us. Then we should be talking about the technically solutions when we will be talking about the deepfakes technology. So we should have AI detection tools, developing AI models that can detect developers or deepfakes by analyzing the inconsistency in the generated contents. That can be one of the solution. Then we should have a very important part which is called the regulations. So implementing legal framework to address the misuse of deepfake technologies. And then the last, which is the same as I mentioned, like the knowledge, it is public awareness. So educating the public about the existing and potential dangers of deepfakes, which can be there. So if it's depending on how you want to use the technology. You want to use it for the negative part, you can use it. If you want to use it for the positive things, you can use it. So that is how we will be talking about the utilization. Bias. If the training data contain biases, generative AI model might replicate or even amplify these biases, leading to unfair or discriminatory outcomes. That is there. Then we talk about the intellectual property issues. So AI generated content such as art or code raises question about the ownership. Who owns the content generated by an AI model? Now, if you see, like, let's come to the education field, our field itself. We have certain tools to create the content. Let's say somebody write a research paper using the AI. So is it their creation? No, it is not their creation. Uh, Maybe it will be their idea. It will be their idea of the topic, choosing the topic, but may not be the content which is being there. And they use one tool. For example, a student, let's take an example of a student uses one tool to generate the code, to generate the document. Then it uses another AI model to rephrase the same content in a human form. And then this person presents the content, and it is being already created by two AI models. Can we have the person the authority, or can we say that the person is the owner of this content, or who is the owner of the content? So this is the very questionable things which is in the part of AI. So that is where we have to be understanding, uh, as we don't have any kind of regulations, as I mentioned. So we don't have a copyright law. So it does not recognize AI as author. And there is the question mark. Still, the question is there. We have to think about it. Who owns the content? Which is, I mentioned that one AI model generates the data, another one humanizes it. So who owns the data? So we have certain kind of solutions for it, and also it is being like started to implement it in the newer models or newer versions. So the training data which is being put uh, with the data set which is being provided, and it is mentioned that they cannot use the copyrighted data, so they try to not create or not take the data which is already copyrighted. But yes, it can lead to the infringement of the copyright because they are creating certain kind of similar things. So we have these kind of things which is there, but the solution, we have to think about how we can create or how can we mitigate this strategy. So try to provide some kind of tracking. We can try to do some kind of licensing things which can be help for us to understand the intellectual property issues. Responsible uses, yes. Ethical AI development include involves ensuring that generative models are used responsibly, mitigating their negative impacts and ensuring the transparency. So now it's up to us, like what purpose or what is the use or how we are going to use the AI models to create the things for us. So if we are using it for the purpose of understanding, a lot of time a students ask the questions to us. The question is, this is, can we use AI? So what should be our answer? Is it yes or is it no? This is a question which is need to be answered. So during my discussions with them, I always say that, are you allowed to use Google? And most of them, they says, yes, we are allowed to use Google. Then why you're not allowed to use AI? Because if you are using Google to get the information, you can also use AI to get the information. Is copy and pasting from the Google is allowed? The answer is no. So the same answer is there for the AI also. So copy pasting also from AI is also not allowed. So this is the things which needs to be, understood, which needs to be clarified, and which needs to be communicated properly to the people, that yes, you can use these responsibly, but you cannot take the ownership. You cannot copy paste the same things showing that it is being from your side. So it does not have a solution. Now talking about the future perspectives of generative AI. So The future product perspective says of AI is like creativity augmentation. So assisting creatives, all AI will continue to assist in creative tasks like writing, graphical design, and music composition. AI can become a tool for artists offering inspiration or completing repetitive tasks, allowing human creators to focus on higher level tasks. So this is something which we should, think about, and which is we should focus on. Like, yes, there are certain tasks which needs to be done by like repetitive task, which human feels like bored. So if a human is doing a task repeatedly, they may feel boring. So we can allow those those kind of things can be performed by the AI, and humans can consider the high level task, which can be the more creative options which will be there. Then scalable solutions. Always, whenever we look for some kind of solutions, we talk about the scalability of those solutions. So when we talk about realistic simulation, the future of generative AI will likely focus on creating scalable solutions such as realistic 3D simulation for healthcare, surgical training, or gaming, etc. So the scalable means like we already have a scalable solutions in our computing terminologies. Like when you say that um, you have a infrastructure which is being implemented in one college or one university. So is are you able to scale it? Yes, you can have the more servers, more computation power onto the systems, and then you can scale it to a next level, that if it is the infrastructure is available for the college level, you can also scale it to a university level as well. So similarly, we can talk about the scalable solutions of these kind of AI generative text or generative solutions, which can help us in simulating the healthcare, which is helping in the surgical trainings as well. Then model interpretability. So reducing biasness, improving the transparency of generative models is crucial. Future work will focus on making AI models more interpretable, reducing biasness, and ensuring the fairness, which is going to be the future of the better model interpretability. And then we have the cross disciplinary impact. So when we are talking about the cross interdisciplinary impact, which is we are talking about the different fields, we are teaching or we are mixing different fields together. So enhancing productivity. Now, if you see here, AI will continue to enhance productivity across various fields like education with personalized learning. I already discussed, I think, enough or a lot about the education field, like how these things are being there helping us to understand the student behavior, their learning patterns, what they are looking for, what they are like, what are the possibility of those students passing the course or scoring good marks, or what kind of support system we can provide. We can get all those kind of things from the students. Businesses, through AI driven insights, we can have a good benefit, or we have the benefits for our businesses, that we will get like all those, what kind of sales we have, what kind of forecasting we have for the business, that customers. And now if you see, like, all those shopping malls or the places, they are equipped with the the doors, which is being like, there are certain kind of detectors. The purpose of them is to detect that somebody is taking the items without making the billing. So those tags are there, and when you cross those bars or pillars, it will started to beep or started to make noise. But those same pillars are also can be used for counting the number of customers. And then if you put a AI driven model into it, so you can see that AI can detect that today the footfall of customer is like 100 customers entered into the showroom, And then if you go to the billing section, or if you see the purchased happening on the day was like only 5 people has purchased from the store. So that means there are people who are visiting, there is a footfall for the customer, but they are not getting, or they are not buying the things. So we have to analyze that what are the reasons, what kind of innovative things we can do, or what kind of products we have to bring so that people will come and buy from us. So these kind of, these things which can be impacted, research with the AI assistant discovery tools. So now, if we go to the deep into the transformer based models, so how these models work, we already discussed about them. Transformers use attention mechanism to weigh the importance of different words in a sentence, making them highly effective for a language based task. So when we are talking about certain kind of search from them, so they have to understand like what is the most important word in that paraphrase which is being written to them, and then they will be providing you the response based on that. So what they can do, the strength of those is highly scalable. So if you ask something to the uh, chat gpt, or you can ask them to generate some text, and you said I want more explanation, so they will write the more explanation, adding like however we can also implement such and such and such kind of things. So this is the strength which can be the highly scalable, great at handling long range discrepancies in the text as well. So use cases: text generation, translation, summarization, and question answering. So this is how it can be used by the transformer based models. Examples you already know. Deep dive into the GANs, which is generators versus discriminator. And as I already mentioned, there is two part of this: generator and discriminator. So generator generates the content, and discriminator evaluates the content is real or fake. So pushing the generator to improve, and that is where we are getting the kind of the best kind of the art or image, or what kind of things can be generated from the AI itself. So these are the generator and discriminator. The use cases is image creation, style transfer, deepfake technology, and generating synthetic data for training. So these are the ones which is being used. The deepfake technology, as I mentioned, like you wanted to have your picture with the celebrity shaking hand, or making a hug with him, like you're the closest person to those people, and it can be generated from the deepfake technology. Deepfake technology can also, replicate your voice. If you provide them the images, it can replicate or it can create the videos of you uh, performing some task. So this is the GN's generative models. So example is Style Gen and Big Gen. Exploring the VAs and their applications. So how they work? VAs works. So it's a they learn to encode and decode data, which allows for generating new content similar to the original data. So these are the variational auto encoders. So if you know that these are the type of models we are discussing now. So once VAEs can create, or which can encode or decode the data, and it can help us to do certain tasks which is there. So it can help in image compressions, anomaly detections, and generative arts. So this is how it is going to give us the benefits from those kind of things. Advanced use case health application. It can be AI models can be used for healthcare application, as we already discussed these kind of examples. Drug discovery, AI's acceleration drug discovery by predicting molecular structures and simulating biological processes. So it can also help in medical imaging. So this is like AI can generate synthetic images or medical images to train radiologists or even assist in diagnostics. So it can generate certain kind of images that which can be the example. So the example of alpha fold in predicting protein folding, which is critical for drug development. So these kind of things can be used for healthcare. Now, when we talk about the gaming and entertainment, we have the scope of, and there is no problem in using the AI or advanced use of AI into the gaming entertainment. So AI in game design, generative AI model help generate lifelike games character, landscapes and interactive elements, reducing the workload for the developers. Now, if you see there are a lot of games which is being available or which are being there for us. Those games are like, maybe you heard about certain games which is being mentioned there, like PUBG or Call of Duty or these kind of games which is being there. Now people are very fond or very addictive to those games. The reason being too addictive to those games is the the realistic feel which is being created by those games. So if you see that those are also used by generative AI models, which can create lifelike games. So the character which is being available in the game looks like a real human, and the kind of environment which is being created, so it looks like that you are living a life there. Actually, it's like doing certain kind of things in the real life itself. So that is happening, and AI can generate those kind of things which will reduce the workload for the developers. CGI for movies, AI tools can generate realistic special effects and visual content for the films. Now there is no need of having the stuntmans which we used to have before. So those stuntmans are now being replaced by these kind of things. And maybe you have seen certain movies which are being showing that the boat or some kind of ship is falling from the ocean. So it shows that it is falling from the ocean, but it's already like a multimedia technology where they will just place the background only. So the person is in the front, and the shooting has been done with the green background. There is some technology, I don't remember, I don't know the name, or I don't remember the name, but it can, so we can have the AI generated background which is being created, and it looks like a real kind of things for them, so which can be having these special effects, we call them. Code generation, AI assisted coding. Tools like GitHub Copilot provide context aware code suggestions, reducing the development time. AI debugging, AI can automatically identify bugs and offer solutions, significantly improving the software development process. So there are certain things which is the AI debugging can help you. So what we do is, like, there are certain processes. Yes, although they might not be 100% correct sometimes, but like how to install Android Studio. So now if you want to know how to install Android Studio for AI or mobile application creation, so in that case the process is given on the site is a very simple process, but you may not find like those processes. When you execute all the steps, you may end up in getting some errors, and it happens. So what you can do is you can ask the AI to help you in that kind of installation steps, and it will tell you, first of all, you have to install SDK, the software development kit, because that is the basic for your Android application or Android Studio to work on. So if you don't have a software development kit with you as a base things, you cannot get it. So if you talk to AI, it will give you a link to download that, install steps for that, and then it will proceed with those kind of things. But however, the same things are not being provided in the Android Studio website. Maybe you can say they have given that ensuring that you have the SDK. So then execute this command. You can just extract the file, run the setup, and do kind of configuration. So those kind of things can be provided by you. So you can understand those things will be there. Now we already have a potential negative impacts. Defects we already discussed. Unemployment. So now the question is, are you agree that it is going to give the unemployment? Do you think it creates unemployment for the people, that people are losing job because of AI? Is it the case? So if we talk about the AI things, let me give you an example. When we talk about these things, let me go back to the what we can say is like industrial revolution. So when we talk about the industrial revolution, way back in 1980s or before, not 80s, uh, it's before I think 60s or 70s, people used to um, use the um like the making of the wheat, the process of making the wheat. So they have the uh, handmade wheat machine which is being there, and they will rotate by their hands. We usually call it chakki, you know that. So it has to be rotated from the hand, and you have to put the wheat on it, and then it will be like, on the two stones it is being crushed, and then it will become as a powder. So those kind of the mills, flour mill process was happening. So that is making the flour by hand. And now if you see that there is a big flour mills which can produce a lot of wheat. So does it make those people unemployed, those who were making it from their hand? No. So what happened is, we are thinking about the unemployment in a way that the automation of creative tasks may reduce job in certain sectors, yes, but it can generate new jobs for the people. So it create the job as a skilled worker. So you cannot work if you don't have the skills. So you need to have certain kind of skills, and which is a good situation for all the countries or everywhere or for the whole world. So you have more educated or more technically sound people who can work on those technologies. And this is the era, because everybody uses smartphones right now. I don't see anybody, educated, uneducated, rich, poor, anybody. Everybody is using the smartphones. Now, are all of them are educated how to use those smartphones? They are not. And still the technologies are moving. So now we have all the payments which is like digital. So if you talk about the digital payments, so there are a lot of frauds which is happening. So people has to be knowledgeable. They have to be understanding those kind of concepts, that yes, we have the responsibility of securing ourselves by having the knowledge. So it does not, for me, it does not create the unemployment. It create a skilled users. It can create more education in the field of technology. uh, Future of generative AI looking ahead. So creativity and AI synergy. The future of creativity in art, music, and literature will be a collaboration between human creator and AI tools. AI governance, the development of regulations and standards to govern AI use, which is also we have to look for, especially in sensitive areas like healthcare and the finance. So we have to talk about the AI future and the generation of what is the future of the AI itself. So let me conclude the session. So the generative AI is transforming multiple industries, including healthcare, entertainment, software development, and education. And the future outlook with advancement in AI technology, the potential application will continue to grow, offering new solutions to the current challenges. So when we talk about something, if we have a problem, we have to find out a solution. And these generative AI are transforming us. They are making us better in terms of knowledge, in terms of understanding. We are becoming smart. Yes, there are certain drawbacks which we understand, we consider them, and we have to, like, have the policies, governance, strategies on how to deal with those kind of things. If there is rule and regulations, yes, those things will be a very good add-on to us. So that is how I will conclude my presentation. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, sir, for your nice and information on generative AI models. Now I request all the participants to pose any questions if they have any questions. But first of all, I have one question, sir. You have given elaborate information on ethical AI. So, can you tell one or two case studies on ethical AI? Because your core research area is artificial intelligence. So, a lot of faculty members are there. So, you can guide them for research topic on ethical AI, because that is the current hot area or important area for research.
Okay, thank you. So you wanted to you wanted me to
Give
give a
some research directions on ethical AI, because that is the deep fake technology. Lot of research demand is there, and it is the current unexplored research area. Recently,
uh,
more researchers are
yes.
into that domain.
So actually, I already mentioned this in during my presentation. I was mentioning, like, when we talk about the generating the content. So we have to understand, like, you cannot create the contents which is being the content is being created by one AI tool, and then you humanize it, right?
Because we are using two models separately and there is
Yes.
no commonality.
So we are
Convergence
using,
is not there.
like, we are using one model, and we are using the another model for humanizing it. So it humanizes the things for us, and it gives the final answer. It gives the final top or the final output, which is uh, the humanized form. So there are tools. Yes, we are also using tools to catch, like Turnitin. We have plagiarism checker. We have certain kind of tools which is being used for catching those AIs. But if you see the things that they cannot catch those things uh, like, very efficiently. So we have the problem. Yes, there are problems which is being there, which is being considered as the problem for generating these kind of researches. But now the tools are also very effective. If you see the tools which is like Turnitin use, if you see their statement, so their statement says their tools are 99% accurate to find out whether the content is being it's being taken by AI, or it has been written by AI or not. So those humanization tools are also having some kind of lacking, which can be find out, and it can be sold as well. So these are the main, which is areas where we have to understand, and we should use uh, the AI into a better way to understand. Yes, to know the things we can use it, but to show that as it is our creation is not possible now.
Sir, few of the participants have raised their hands. They are having one or two questions. Then we
Yes.
can went on.
Yes, please.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, may I know how generative AI helpful for precision agriculture processes?
Agricultural processes. Which processes like you're looking for? Like, if I can have.
One of the parameter is predicting the yield,
Okay.
and the second one is early detection of pests on the crop.
See, this is one of the the topic which you choose is like, you know, it cannot be it's not a single field you know, solution. So what we need to do is we need to have certain kind of, you know, the IoT based the devices which can feed the data to the our AI generative tools, and based on that we can find out those kind of you know, the predictive analytics. So like we have to provide certain kind of historical data, which is like the type of soil, maybe you can say the crop which was yielded in the last like, you know, the last season, then the planting or harvesting time, like what, how many time it has been harvested or used. So based on those kind of, you know, inputs, yes, we can do the prediction that the AI generative tool can predict you that yes, these are the things which is being used, so it is suitable for maybe the same kind of yield or the crops which you have used, or you have to change. So this is how, you know, the predictive method can help you in finding out the precision agriculture, and it can also help you in getting, like, you know, what kind of fertilizers you can use, how many times you can use the water and fertilizers. So that all has to be, you know, mentioned, or it has to be like, it depends on the inputs which is being provided them. But yes, it can create all kind of possible solutions for you, like how you can use it for the agriculture field. And even you can have certain kind of, you know, sensors which can monitor your field growth as well. So it can, you know, find out what kind of fields are there, what kind of the the diseases are happening on that. So it can be by the cameras, or it can be by some kind of sensors. So these real time monitoring can trigger the AI, that it can give the information to AI that now these things are happening in like, you know, these things are getting affected in this much way, and you have to take a decision on it. So that's here where we can, you know, take a decision based on the real time data, and we can change our strategy, or we can, you know, look into those kind of things. So this is all we can help. And even we can also talk about the harvesting, like cross harvesting. Maybe I think you heard about it, or maybe you, if you are the expert on that field, you might be knowing it. I have a little bit idea on the agriculture side, but yes, there are certain things like they mention in our place, like once you have a paddy, the next time you should go for the wheat or alternative, or sometimes in between some season you have to use some kind of, you know, fruits, like harvesting the fruits. So those kind of things which we can give the inputs to the AI model, and it can generate for us those kind of possible solutions. Is it solving your answer, or is it?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I have to explore more.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
you
yeah.
said, it is not a single task. It is interlinked with IoT devices also, I think so. So
Exactly,
I
exactly.
have to
So
see how to customize these IoT devices with the AI so that
exactly,
I can get the required solutions.
you know what AI can do. Actually, AI depends on what input you give to them, and
Yes,
then
sir.
it will work on it. So the,
Yes.
the the point here is mentioning, like, in the field of agriculture, the input has to be provided from our side. That is the most important part.
Yes, sir.
So that's where we have to give the inputs. We can use IoT based devices like cameras for monitoring the crops, the growth, or like pesticide, or not pesticide, like some kind of uh, you can say like worm or some kind is affecting our crop. So that way we can monitor them, and based on that we can take a timely decision. Any other questions?
So, so
So now, if there are no questions, now I request Dr. T. Anuradha Madam to propose vote of thanks. Now I hand over the proceedings to Anuradha Madam.
okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege and honor to extend the vote of thanks for today's session on generative AI models applications as part of our faculty development program. First, I would like to express our gratitude to our distinguished resource person, Mr. Vishal Dattana, for delivering such an insightful and thought-provoking session. Your comprehensive explanation of generative AI models, coupled with their diverse applications, has truly illuminated the immense potential of this transformative technology. Your expertise in generative AI models, from foundational concepts like generative adversarial networks, variational autoencoders, to advanced transformers, diffusion models, content create applications, AI-driven design, and healthcare applications, has been truly enlightening. The way you explained their concept, real-world applications, and the ethical considerations has not only enhanced our technical understanding, but also inspired us to think creatively about how we can incorporate these models into our research, teaching, and innovation. A special thanks to all the participants for your active involvement. Finally, on behalf of everyone here, I once again express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Vishal Dattana for their time, effort, and expertise in making this session a memorable and impactful. We look forward to future opportunities to learn from you and to apply the knowledge we have gained in meaningful ways. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, sir. Thank you very much for nice session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.